Say cheese.
So we arrived at an event. It's time to set the robot up. It's a really quick procedure. There are only a couple of things you have to make sure you remember and do right in order to prevent any possible damage or frustration. So the robot's in the box, it's packed, we just wheeled it in. So let's take it out, set it up, and take our first photo. We're not going to time it, it's typically taking about a minute or two because we're going to be explaining things, but you will see how quick and easy it is. So the first thing we do, open the lattice, open the handle, remove the accessories, the remote controls and the umbrella, which we always carry, just in case. Undo the straps. Take the pedestal and set it up somewhere where we roughly want the robot. And you presumably would have figured that out ahead of time before coming to an event. So I'm not going to tell you about those things. I'm sure you know that. So we have this security bolt attached to the pedestal if you did everything right while packing. Let's remove it now because we need to be able to slide the leg in. Set it up somewhere in a secure location. Make sure you don't lose it. It's a critical piece of equipment. Never ever try raising the leg of the robot without having this pin attached to it. You will hear me repeat that multiple times, and there's reason for that. So this is out of the way. We can put the robot on top. So the back, where the security pin goes, that's the back of the robot. So I'm gonna reach in and grab the handles, raise it, and set it on top. Just align the two. Slide it in. So, robots on top, resist any temptation to do anything other than touching that security knob. I'll explain in a second why. So let's do that. There's the knob. We align the hole in the leg with the threading in the pin. And we tighten the bolt. Now, let me explain why that's important. Without that bolt being tightened, if you try to raise the leg, what's going to happen is you're going to take the whole robot off of the pedestal and it's going to end up resting in the palm of your hand. Can you hold 30 pounds in the palm of your hand? If you're like me, you can't. If you're 3 times stronger than I am, you can't. So your robot's going to fall down, causing damage and possibly injury. So don't forget to do that. There are warning signs printed all over the thing. That's the only thing, that's the most important thing you want to remember. So at this point, it's we're almost there. Let's remove the clothing and plug in the robot. The clothing comes off. Let's put it back in the box. Take the power cord out. And this is now, we can put this aside. We don't care about it anymore. This height here is obviously not optimal for adults. So for kids maybe, for little kid parties, okay. But for adults we need to raise it, so let's do that. I will reach here in the back so that we can capture it better. First thing we do is we untighten the height adjustment knob so that robot can slide up and down. Then grab this handle with one hand, raise it. You can help it with the second hand, that's totally fine. And then you hold it, and while holding it, you will you tighten this knob. Don't over tighten it. This is a heavy duty monopod. It's rated for 3 times the weight of the robot. And this is just a precaution to make sure that in case you didn't tighten it very well, the entire weight's not going to come crashing down. So at this point, let's say that this is a good height. We can now plug in the power cord. Let's do that. And as soon as the power cord is plugged in, your robot should be coming to life. Here you can see it waking up. You may want to make sure that the head is looking more or less straight. OCCO will automatically adjust its tilt angle, but the pan, it uses the starting position as a 0 and then goes from there left and right. So if you want to kind of capture things symmetrically relative to the center, just straighten it manually. At this point, while the motors are not on, it will not resist. However, now, you see, so motors are on now, now it's really resisting. So OCCO is coming back online, and that's it, it's ready to shoot. Let's take our first picture. Hey! That's it. You don't, as you saw, we didn't even use the remote control for anything. What you might want to do at a location, in case you don't have a cellular dongle that connects to the internet, you may want to connect this machine to local Wi-Fi. Other than that, this is it as far as setting it up. Thanks.